Yes, yes, it's your strip hop big homie, K to the one, Class 1, live and direct at the LA Record Fair. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the live at the Record Fair. Check this out. Now, in the month of April, we have this national holiday called, you know, DJ Holidays. And next to me is one of my favorite DJs, and he doesn't know this. But I actually got my style comes from what he does, rocking them rare old school jams.
Nice.
You got the one and only, the legend. Yes, the legend. I gotta call you the legend, big bro. Peanut Butter Wolf.
What's up, man? Thank you.
Woo. Now, I see you got the bag full of goodies.
Yeah, I did 45s today because I didn't want to carry like a bunch of,
Yo, one thing we like to talk about, bro, is that pretty much like your foundation.
Yeah.
You know, what got you to be passionate when it comes to record digging?
Yeah. Well, my story kind of starts when I was in second grade. I had a teacher that was like into funk and soul, and he taught me a lot of music as a kid. And then by fifth grade, I started buying like 45s, started buying all my own records like Cameo and the Barcades and Parliament, all that kind of stuff. This was like in the late 70s, early 80s. And then, that's kind of when the first rap records came out. Like, there's like a lot of debate that hip hop started in 73 and stuff, but I knew about it like with the records that came out. So at that point, I was buying I was just saving all my lunch money. It's the same story a lot of people my age have, but
Yeah.
And then eventually, like when I found out, I started making my own beats with the drum machines. That was like in the mid 80s.
Now, do you remember the record shops you used to go to?
Star Records was the main one. Star Records, they catered to DJs, and actually, when I was a kid, they told me when you're old enough, we're gonna hire you because you know all the shit.
Oh, nice.
I knew the jams. I was always writing it down, and the people working there didn't know what I was talking about, listening to the radio and stuff. And then, but yeah, I was making beats, and then I started collecting, I guess I would say, in 86, where I was going back and buying older records, because through hip hop, I found out, I was trying to get stabs to scratch in and stuff, and even the change the beat out,
Now, how's the hip hop scene when you were growing up in your
Well, I grew up in San Jose, and I'm not gonna lie, hip hop. We found out about it more through the break-in, and the graffiti, I guess. But when I was really deep into it, there was one radio station called KZSU Stanford. It was Stanford's college station.
Oh, nice.
And this guy, Kev, came from New York, and he would bring all the rare records on his show. So I would tune in every Sunday from 6 to 9. But if it weren't for that show, I would have had a hard time finding the music, I think.
And see, and one of my things that I love about your style, bro, is that you're really knowledgeable when it comes to the old school.
Yeah.
How tapped were you in the 80s to rap music? Do you?
Oh yeah,
do you
no, I
recall
was
some of
buying
the
everything I could find. Yeah. Do I recall what?
Some of the early rap records. Did you get your hands on?
The early stuff, it was really just the Sugar Hill stuff was all I could find.
Because when I look at, for example, when I look at Enjoy Records,
Yeah, and I had the Enjoy stuff. Too.
I think about DJs like yourself.
Yeah, no, the Enjoy stuff I had access to, but even Jimmy Spicer, Adventures of Super Rhymes, I heard that on a tape, and I actually from what I remember, I think I recorded it when I was in LA, because I would go to LA every summer with my homie and his family.
Yeah.
His grandma lived in Newport Beach, so I would be able to go down there, and I was I couldn't believe in just how much more stuff there was access to in LA than San Jose. So, but yeah, Super Rhymes, I was trying to find that forever and ever, and then the Bubble Bunch was on a major
Bubble
label,
Bunch.
So there were there was Problems of the World, and then I went back and got their earlier stuff, but those were a lot of the, I guess, the early rap records that I was finding.
Now, what about when you first started jumping on the tables? How did that come about?
That was like '84. Like for my 14th birthday, I wanted a mixer. I wanted a DJ mixer. So I got the Radio Shack one with the cross fader and the VU meters.
Don't you actually throw the WD-40?
I couldn't believe it that I actually had, and I had one turntable. I had like a Fisher, and then I bought a Panasonic. I couldn't afford 1200s. I knew that. But I had one that had pitch control, and the other one didn't. So I just kind of made do with what I had.
And I'm sure just like everybody else, you made mixtapes.
I did.
Do you still have them?
I don't.
I was about to ask you.
I have some tapes of me scratching. Like actually, the first day
really?
from '84, like I basically just played Numbers by Kraftwerk over and over and was just scratching over it. Just like I recorded it. I don't even know why, just to have it. But my mixtapes in high school, I would always, instead of doing my homework, I would make mixtapes for the athletes and stuff, the basketball team, the football team. That's who was really into hip hop at my school. So I was kind of known as the guy with the jams, and kind of shy and kind of quirky. That's why when the Beastie Boys came out, like I was like, oh, these guys are like me, because they like dress like thrift store clothes, like on purpose. People are like, oh, you're weird. Why are you buying cheap clothes? And but I went through a phase where I was like trying to buy clothes from the '60s, in the '80s, and a lot of people didn't understand that. So.
And see, like I was saying, between like Cook Chemist, Newmark,
right.
Stretch and Babito, and yourself, when I see you guys DJing, you guys go deep on the rare old school cuts, and that's how I got inspired with my style,
I mean, I feel like I was doing that more even for the production, and then for DJing, it was kind of a combination of party rocking, but then also, I don't know, like in the 90s, I would be just playing stuff like Showbiz and AG and, a lot of stuff like that, like Jerry the Damager. But then I would also play like breaks and stuff, so. But, I mean, it's just, I have like a lot more records than what I'm known for, I guess. I'm into more styles than what people think of me for.
Can you share with us, just top of your head, the numbers of records you may have?
Oh yeah, I don't know, because they're not all in one spot, so it's I don't even like to think about it.
How long have you been collecting?
I mean, I've been buying records since the '70s, so collecting since the mid '80s. I was saying earlier.
And the records that you buy in the '70s, do you still have them?
I do. I never let go of records. Yeah.
Wow, nice. Yeah, because nowadays a lot of DJs, they get rid of them.
I know. I mean, I lose records to mold. I lose records to, letting someone borrow a crate, like that kind of stuff. Getting robbed, but yeah, no, I don't purposely let go of records.
Now,
not yet. I mean,
Now, for me personally, you found one of the most iconic, historic record labels in hip hop. How did that come about? What motivates you to start your own label, Stone Throw Records?
Well, it was two things. Number one was Charisma passing away, and we were signed to Hollywood Records, which was Walt Disney. And then when he died, there was no outlet to put our music out, And Charisma was 20 when he died. I was 24, I think. And then a few years later, I started Stone Throw to put that out. And then I also knew a lot of talented people in the Bay Area that just didn't have a shot. So Architect, the Homeless Derelicts, this rapper Encore, there was a lot of talent in San Jose and in the Bay Area that I really wanted to get heard. So those are really the two reasons.
Yeah, because your label Stone Throw Records made a humongous impact in hip hop, and it influenced so many upcoming rappers and DJs. I just have to salute you because your label, your contribution to hip hop is so unique, in my opinion.
I've been blessed to still do it. It's 30. This year's 30 years. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So we're doing a big party in October. So.
Ooh, there you go, bro. I invited, right?
Huh?
I invited, right?
3 days.
You heard from him himself.
Yeah.
So I know you gotta go. I know you gotta go back to digging for some more reds.
I gotta go meet my kids actually. But
Oh, so no more digging.
I'm
So,
done digging. But
real quick, man, before we jet, can you just give us a brief history on your name? How did that come about? Peanut Butter Wolf.
the name, it was almost my girl at the time. Like we were like teenagers, and then her younger brother was like 6 or 7 years old, and he was telling us about the Peanut Butter Wolf, and we both thought it was kind of funny. And I told Charisma about it, and he's like, "You got to make that your name." And I thought that was kind of crazy, but then it was at a time when in the '90s when everyone was coming up with like different names. Like Trugoy means yogurt backwards. Everyone was doing like. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. But before that, I was Chris Cut for like 5 years. And
Chris
now,
Cut.
like, I'm in my 50s with the name Peanut Butter Wolf. I didn't really think about it, like, as a 19-year-old, that I would be stuck with that name for,
Yeah, and
yeah.
fast forward, that name is up there with some of the greats.
I'm just saying, it's like a goofy name. I appreciate you saying that, but it's like such a silly name.
Maybe at the time, because to be honest, I think that goes for most of us. When we give ourselves a name, it sounds kind of like
Yeah.
But over time, it just becomes one of those names that you can't forget that
Yep.
people love. Well,
Yep.
bro, appreciate for your time.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you
love
for
what
coming
guys
to the
do
LA
with this.
Record Fair.
Yeah, I love the LA Record Fair. I really appreciate the Record Fair, man.
And we're out.